Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Okay, we are back on the Campfire Chronicles. Take 2 on this. We'll just bring everybody up to speed. First meetup outside of Sinister Creature Con. Charlie, very excited. He interviewed Joe Bob Briggs.
Who'd you get?
Doug Bradley, Kane Hodder.
How was Doug Bradley?
He was cool.
Like, I mean, was he pretty...
He was cool conversation. He was very chill. He talks about him and Clyde Barker a lot.
Nice.
I actually went to school together, right?
Yeah.
The same night.
The guy who went on after me, kind of a douchebag.
Which one was that?
I'll tell you when we get done recording.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Don't look at the lineup.
So John used to work for Disney. Let's get this story out. We'll just do it all one time. John used to work for Disney. Charlie, this is the story of the evening. What do you say? Working for Disney, being a manager, being
supervisor,
whatever.
Same difference to Jimmy.
A manager.
A position of power.
Banging your literally.
Yes.
Banging your employee. Repeatedly.
In the bushes.
Okay, we are back on the Campfire Chronicles. Take 2 on this. We'll just bring everybody up to speed. First meetup outside of Sinister Creature Con. Charlie, very excited. He interviewed Joe Bob Briggs.
Who'd you get?
Doug Bradley, Kane Hodder.
How was Doug Bradley?
He was cool.
Like, I mean, was he pretty...
He was cool conversation. He was very chill. He talks about him and Clyde Barker a lot.
Nice.
I actually went to school together, right?
Yeah.
The same night.
The guy who went on after me, kind of a douchebag.
Which one was that?
I'll tell you when we get done recording.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
So Charlie, we just finished it.
Yes. Exceeded expectations.
Exceeded your expectations. What did you were going?
7.
You
to begin with. So.
And what do you give it, Charlie?
I am saying it's an 8 or a 9. And
really,
I'm probably gonna say a solid 8.
Now tell me, I'm curious. What is it that you enjoyed then?
I thought it.
Actually, I was a little skeptical, but I thought it was well directed.
Right.
It handled, kind of reinvented the story of Chucky, but did it in an entertaining way. It used humor.
Yeah.
But it had its scary moments. It had some great kills in it.
Right.
And some good jump scares. And I thought it hit the mark. It hit the bullseye for me.
Yeah, I mean, some of the kills were pretty... Okay, see, I think I'm in between you two. Because, so Rick, what do you give it 1 out of 10?
The unrealistic of it. Part where she's
so what do you
in
give
the
it?
parking lot, nobody sees her. Come on now.
What are you talking about?
When Chucky's guiding the car around in the parking lot.
Oh, well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
That first kill, though.
No one's gonna be able to stop.
That first kill was rough, dude.
So what do you give it, Rick? 1 out of 10.
4.
A 4. Maybe a 3. Interesting. You gave it an 8.
I gave it an 8. I liked it.
You don't think it was real enough, huh, Rick? Interesting. John, what did you give it?
I give it an 8.
Okay, so this is interesting. It's like 1-1 right now. So you give it an 8.
That's what I give it.
Yeah, I really like the score, that like very toy-esque like score. I mean, yeah, and it's a complete reimagining. It's not just a classic remake. It's a reimagining, which I love because I feel like I could watch this in the original and they're completely different films.
Right, I agree.
Which I enjoy.
You're right.
But one thing, the reason it's not a 10 for me is that it all started with a disgruntled employee, which to me is kind of like, really?
A Vietnamese disgruntled employee.
So, like, I felt like that was lazy writing right there, but the rest of it was just awesome. Like, I liked it too.
It says, this is for Tupac.
That should not have been.
Let's go out to the lobby and we'll continue this conversation.
What did you give?
So, why you didn't think it was real enough? You gave it a 3?
3, yeah. I didn't like it at all.
So Charlie and John are both giving it 8s. What do you give it, Drew?
I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
So you give it an 8 too. Okay.
It went up for me. Just like I said, Mark Hamill knocked it out of the park.
He's
what made that movie.
He is very creepy. There's no doubt about it.
And, I mean, the voice was on point, right?
Damn, there's a shitload of people at the movie theater right now.
Yes, there is.
God damn.
Maybe do it outside.
Yeah, we're walking through the lobby now. Bear with us. So we have three 8s, like solid 8s, 3 solid 8s, and two like 3 or 4s. I think we're about to have 3 or 4s though. With that's crazy. I literally watched the movie with that guy. I was too afraid to like look over during the film. Because it'd be like hell obvious if I just like, Jesus Christ, like just run me over right now. Holy shit. Yeah, what do you give this movie? Scale 1 out of 10.
Man, I don't know. It started off like a bad luck movie, or like Jason in Space, and then it got a little bit better towards the end.
So
I would say 6.
Okay, so she's in between. So we have 3 8s, 2 4s, and a 6. So that's pulling in an average of about 7.25.
What are you, Jim? Are you a 4?
Ashley, scale 1 out of 10, what do you give this movie?
Me?
Yeah.
A 4.
Oh shit. Okay, why?
Because it was like Steve Buscemi meets Michael Myers was the face. Ugly.
I mean,
To me, the best part of the whole movie is the watermelon patch. That was the best part of the whole movie for me.
I mean, I'm going, like I said, a hard 8 just based on Mark Hamill's performance as Chucky.
The Star Wars
I mean, how
reference
much
is pretty
can-
awesome,
can-
I will say that.
Huh?
The Star Wars references.
Oh, yeah.
Han Solo.
Han
There's a
Solo.
lot of references in this film.
Yeah.
There's an Iron Man reference.
Yes.
There's a RoboCop reference.
yeah, no, there's a shitload of
There was
references.
an
They're
Office
throwing.
Space reference at the end. I kept waiting for.
That's you like this. I would have given the movie a 9 had they gotten Jack Black just to play the dude that looked like Jack Black.
Dude, what was funny was like for 70% of the movie.
Wait, that wasn't Jack Black?
No. For like 70% of the movie, because he didn't have any lines. Like, I'm like, Charlie, they got Jack Black to be in this fucking movie.
I legit
And
thought
Charlie,
it was Jack Black.
That's
and
what I
yeah,
thought, but
Charlie's
then once
like,
he started talking,
Charlie-
Is that Jack Black? And I'm like, I think everybody's asking that question right now.
I
I was
did
like,
too.
damn, Jack Black really like went in for this
Way to
one.
start a
Yeah.
conversation in the
like
middle
the
of
guy that I had no idea who he was, but he was sitting next to me, and I thought I knew who he was. I thought he was part of our group. He and I are going back and forth. I'm like, fuck, that looks like Jack Black. and he's just like, yeah, no, it looks like Jack Black.
I went the whole movie seriously thinking that was fucking
And then he
Black.
finally has
Once
like
he started
3
talking,
lines.
though.
Yeah, he has like 3 lines, and I'm like, Charlie, That's
I
not
feel
fucking
like
Jack
the guy
Black,
was
bro.
even trying to talk like Jack Black.
At first,
It's almost
and then
they
once
were
he kept
supposed
going,
to get Jack Black, then they couldn't, so they're like, we need you to basically be like Jack Black.
Yeah.
Be Black Jack or Jack Black. Like, just be Black.
I prefer one-liners.
I told you.
Leprechaun one-liners.
Dude, what about the Leprechaun reference?
Dude, that Rototill kill, though, that was pretty rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the whole first major kill in that, which was the watermelon pat, just watching him fall. Oh my god!
His ankles. And then,
Yeah.
Oh no, my favorite. Where was Andrew when he sliced the Achilles? Like Andrew would have been squirming in his seat.
True.
Yeah.
That was.
Because that's Andrew's thing.
I mean,
bad for the cat.
Yeah. That was terrible.
The cat, yeah.
to be honest, you can't knock it because it's not like the original.
Right.
So
It's a totally different
it's
movie.
a completely different movie.
Totally different movie.
I'd say it holds its own merit.
I will say that this movie and Toy Story 4 are right on the same emotional level. Like, for seeing them both today, Toy Story 4, I mean, here's the thing. No, I didn't. The sadness factor of Toy Story 3 is like 10. The sadness factor of Toy Story 4 is like 4.5.
Oh, wow.
And if it wouldn't have been for just like a really cheap fucking storyline, pretty much like the WWE right now, completely,
Don't ruin it that some of us haven't seen it.
of Disney movies, it would be like a 2.
Oh.
But the fact that they had like their cheap fucking little twist that they decided to throw in the last 10 minutes gives you enough emotion to bring it up to a 4.5. Says a lot for the last 10 minutes of the movie. But the rest of the movie is like a 2.
Did you see it?
This movie messes with your mind so bad, dude. When he kills the cat and records it and then makes that fucking kid listening to the
creepy.
That was
killing the
rough.
cat over and over
That was
again.
rough.
Well, just watching it
That's-
always in bed.
That shit alone brings this movie up to a 4.5. Okay.
Dude,
So then
he's almost more
you add the fact that Mark Hamill is,
There's even points where you almost feel bad for Chucky because
I
it's
really
like,
feel like it was Dennis the Menace meet Chucky.
but Mark Hamill or Chucky or Buddy or whatever, he didn't make me laugh a whole lot, but he made me feel very uncomfortable the
April and I were
entire movie.
April and I were laughing up there the whole movie.
so you get
He made me, he
You
made
get
me
what I
feel
said,
very
though.
uncomfortable. That to me is enough to bring it up to like a 7 out of 10. And then there's some pretty dope kills that bring it up to like an 8 out of fucking 10.
And the Tupac one.
that was this is for Tupac.
All
But
that
it-
heavy coughing you heard, that was April and I because we were laughing.
But the reason why it's an 8 out of 10 is because it gets fucking slow for a little
The
while.
gnarliest one.
Like there's
Yeah, the whole first half was a little.
like I get it that Andy's like emotional and shit.
yeah, that could ruin your day.
What happened?
That
What?
gnarly ass Black Widow under the Y.
Oh, great. Imagine just being there and all of a sudden it just
Oh.
drops down on you.
Yeah, nope. Mm-mm.
That thing's huge.
Nope, no, thank you.
Oh, I was walking in my
Pass,
garage and I'm
solid
going by
pass.
the refrigerator in my garage.
Alright, so I'm sorry, John. Most of us going with it being high, and you and Charlie going with low
And it's like,
scores
you know,
tonight.
down,
Danielle, what did you think?
Charlie went in there with a high score.
Danielle actually liked it. Danielle, 1 out of 10. What do you give
I
it?
give it an 8.
See?
Wow.
See? Told you.
It's that black dot right there.
Rick,
Way up there. I thought it was dangling down.
Rick trying to find a black widow spider dangling from a Y of a theater sign and throwing stuff.
Dude, that's a big Black Widow if I could see it from here.
Enthralling stuff. So yeah, no, we're closer to an 8 at the end of the day on this movie.
Would you pick it?
It felt like
That's a
two
big ass
completely separate
spider.
movies. Like this, the second half,
Okay,
it felt like
so
a horror movie, but the first half felt like a fucking comedy.
so what do you give the first half? 1 out of 10.
The first half, it was. I would say I would stay with my like 5, 4.5.
Okay, what do you give the second half?
Second half, 6.
So a 6 and a 4.5. So you're going with a 5.5 out of 10. Rick hated it. We already been over it. Rick's super
The
disappointed.
first half I give like a 1 or a 2. It was slow and it was kind of, I don't know.
And then what do you
Well,
give?
it was like a kid learning.
Yeah, it was a
that's what
build
they
up.
kind of gave that impression.
His baby voice is fucking creepy.
Well, I think I'm glad I saw what Mark Hamill said before I went and saw the movie about how it's like 'cause Chucky doesn't really know better. He doesn't, and that kind of makes it more menacing to me because he's like, "Are we having fun?" It's like, whoa, this is a little bit weird for kind of fun factor.
The bestest ever part for me, because I hated my stepfather, is when Chucky got the evil face and was screwing with the boyfriend.
That was kind of creepy, dude.
Yeah, it was.
That was like amazing.
That was gonna chop his balls
You
off.
told him? Yeah.
That shit was nuts, dude.
Didn't he give the Jack Black look like a nice
Yeah.
Did he
jab up there?
did he stab her or did he just hit him?
I thought he stabbed his
Stabbed him.
nuts.
I think he
He
stabbed him.
stabbed him in the nuts?
Because there was like blood.
All right, I didn't know. It looked like he hit him with like a hammer or something.
All sad.
Because he watched him be a perv, so I figured.
Yeah, but then I saw a leg, and it wasn't a leg or a calf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was
By
from
the way,
the.
that saw would not be able to cut his whole leg off.
No,
It- well, I mean,
it would have
at
stopped.
that leg.
It would have stopped.
At
Like
first,
It would have
that.
shredded some skin
But-
and been like,
But for entertaining factor for a kill, that was a pretty awesome
I thought
I like
kill.
the teaser that it
I
took
thought he
his
was gonna
toe.
fall on an ass crack.
Yeah.
Teaser that it took us to.
Yeah, because his
Yeah, no, I
toe.
thought at first I thought it was all
hanging.
Fraser
Oh
Green.
shit!
And then he got
Yeah.
his toe, and then he dropped.
Right on the sock.
I feel like the mom would have been very dead. Like she looked pretty dead.
She would have
when-
broke her
when he-
legs when he chopped.
Yeah, she fell from hella far, at least as far as the
if
other
the guy
guy.
from the roof fell and snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
mom would have
didn't
had
she
some
land on her
residual.
side?
No, she landed down and then
first.
rolled.
Oh yeah, she would have
How
been.
did she get untied if she was like
Yeah. Well, we don't like to go into like.
Now we're nitpicking.
You don't go into details on how shit like. It's kind of like how a Terminator keeps coming back to life. You just don't wonder why.
Yeah, just kind of go with it.
You go with it. It's a horror movie. Shit
So
happens.
like now that he's back, is that like the superstition part coming in now? Or,
You're my buddy.
or is that maybe he uploaded his ass to the cloud? and
Yeah.
I think that's probably what
I think it has
happened.
something to do with the cloud.
I
Yeah,
did not
that's
like
true.
all the fucking.
bears?
I get it, dude. I get it.
Like
Did anyone
taking
else?
over everything.
The bears were weird.
Yeah, the bear,
The bear thing was fucking
the
stupid.
dude that already got like cut.
I think I'm
when
hearing this movie like
when
a
the
6.
the guy was on the big screen. He's like,
Like,
all trying to like
back down.
get up.
Yeah,
and, like,
nah. The more I think about it, like
Yeah.
the year my
That was-
buddies
that
on
was-
the Bears, I think I'm closer
that
to like a
was
6 out of
gnarly as shit.
10. I'm definitely not a 3 out of 10.
And just the blood.
I'm not you. I didn't fucking like hate this movie.
Oh my god.
How did they end up in a dungeon in the back of a grocery store, a department store?
Well, I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
I've never
that's a
seen
big
any
ass,
back
like,
rooms
storage
that-
area.
Yeah, it's a storage facility.
It was a
It's
storage
huge.
warehouse.
And it was all jacked up.
Yeah, but it's
No,
I mean,
if you
maybe
go to,
it's a
like, Best Buy or
main-
anything like that,
main
they have
hub.
warehouses that are-
ton of back rooms
That
before.
big?
I worked retail and I've never seen
Yeah,
a
I've
back
never
room
seen a back room.
that big and that disgusting.
Maybe.
I mean,
Midwest
there has to be one.
Even back then, I never felt like
Oh man.
And especially for a store that's like in a strip mall, like the front end of a strip
Yeah.
mall, that wasn't like a
I didn't like that he
Walmart
started
type
controlling
building.
the bears. Like that was
No,
pointless.
I really wish they wouldn't
Yeah,
have
that was
the bears.
smart.
The bears are kind of stupid.
Dude,
Yeah, I thought
I got
They were
a
reaching.
I got a
They knew it
social
was gonna be that
justice
bad.
warrior prediction for 2019. The next one, the Buddy 2, the blonde-haired boy, they're gonna be gay.
Probably.
And then he'll definitely be your friend.
Yeah,
As he licks his finger and puts it in the
yeah.
his ET finger.
Like if Chucky and Tiffany had a
I
sex
just
scene,
realized, yeah, I was like,
Chucky
kept-
and
I swear to
Chucky
God,
and
meets
Philip could
Chucky.
have a
I
sex
kept waiting
scene.
when Andy got his arm cut. I was just waiting for ouch.
Yeah,
Light up
the
finger.
glowing finger.
it was so he could communicate.
It
But yeah,
literally-
I
He's
think it was
sinking to the
definitely-
device.
They
Yeah.
pulled so many '80s references.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. They really did.
Constantly.
They just kept going and going. I did like that though. What's my name? Han Solo. Chucky. I like Chucky.
No, I really liked the way that they weren't legally allowed to call him Chucky, but they called him Chucky. That was
Yeah, I know.
clever. That's a good workaround. Good
It's
workaround.
funny that they named the other one Chud. They renamed him Chud.
It's probably a message to the TV show.
Do you think whatever the people were saying in Vietnamese was actually what they said in the subtitles?
Oh, that bitch slap was. I was fucking
That
dying.
bitch slap was intense. I was like,
Did my
holy
boss ever
shit.
come up and slap me like that? I'm already losing my
Different animal
job.
in Vietnam.
and It's going down. We're fighting, bro.
But
I'm gonna embed that chip in your brain.
I think I could say I could watch that again. It was entertaining enough to be able to watch a second time.
I would
No?
I have no desire to watch it.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
I mean, if I had to watch it, I would watch it. I would not seek it out.
I mean, you could literally get away with saying it's an additional sequel almost to the whole franchise.
Or wait, how about this? Seeing as everybody
Because
loves
it's
to
so
say this
different.
now, it's like an alternate universe for Chucky.
Yeah.
That's what. No, it is. Because it's still within the Chucky. It is. It's within the Chucky universe.
If I had to choose between Toy Story 4 and this Chucky to watch, I would probably go Toy Story 4.
Okay. I still
I
got to
haven't
see
even
that.
seen Toy Story 4, but I'd probably be the same way.
So, Maze, no?
Toy Story. No, this is for the screening room because we're not doing this one for. But it would be a no. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna throw it to Jimmy and Rick at the State Theater at this point with Matt. I am excited to announce the announcements that we cannot announce yet, Rick. But we will be able to very soon after Comic-Con in San Diego, particularly after the Rob Zombie panel, if that tells you anything. We'll be able to make a pretty dope announcement for our Han tour this year. But yeah, we'll throw it to the State Theater to be combined with the Alien show that... Well, thank you, past Jimmy and Rick from the movie theater that we watched Chucky at that Rick ended up hating. We are back. We're now in the present, which will actually be the past when you listen to this, but we're back at the State Theater for another late night horror series that we combined with the Child's Play showing because, like I said, that one ran a little short, but Rick, you hated Child's Play, huh?
I didn't hate it, but I disliked it
Heavily?
heavily.
Mark Hamill?
He was alright, I guess.
Did you not like the mom?
I didn't like the story. The story was just stupid.
How he was a robot instead of a killer? Interesting. Well, tonight is a movie that Rick equally dislikes. Ridley Scott's Alien. Which is weird you don't like this movie because it's like one of the most highly regarded horror franchises in the history of horror.
Yeah, I googled it the other night, and everybody's got it at 90%, 98%.
What do you have it at, Rick?
5-10%.
Oh my god. So Rick's disdain for this movie cannot, gotta look up some trivia questions, cannot go understated. Rick hates this movie.
I haven't seen it in like 15 years, so maybe, just maybe, I might get changed after seeing it on the big screen. We'll see.
We have a lot of these meetups coming in the coming months. Some of the coolest ones we cannot talk about yet, but on July 13th, we will have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What do you rate that one, Rick?
That was a great movie. Probably an 8, 9.
And then on the 24th, we have Jaws. What do you rate that movie?
Back in the day, for like in the late 70s, 10.
The interesting thing about Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the believability when that movie first came out. Everybody thought it was real. You couldn't make that mistake with Alien. Alien's box office, holy shit. So its estimated budget was $11 million. Opening weekend, it made $167 million.
Jesus Christ.
It was a bona fide
hit?
Yeah, like it was a blockbuster. There's no doubt about it.
For the time, was there any other space sci-fi horror back then?
Horror space horror? Not.
I don't think
not
so.
really. No. Because there was 2001: A Space Odyssey, but that's not a horror movie. So yeah, this was before Leprechaun in Space and Jason X and all that shit.
Probably wasn't the first, but it was one of the most.
One of the few and far between. Sigourney Weaver, probably one of the most attractive actresses in this era. There was the blue light that is used for the eggs was borrowed from a British rock band. Who do you think it was? There's a clue in the question.
Freddie Mercury.
The Who. So the chestbuster sequence, John Hurt stuck his head, shoulders, and arms through a hole in the mess table, linking up with a mechanical torso that was packed and compressed with air to create the forceful exit of the alien. And lots of animal guts. The rest of the cast were not told that real blood and guts were being used, as to provoke genuine reactions, shock, and disgust. Apparently this worked so well that Yapikoda went home in complete shock afterwards, locking himself in a room and refusing to talk to his wife for several hours. There's a famous Star Wars actor who refused the role in this movie, Rick.
Star Wars actor.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Yep.
Top horror movies of 1979. Alien topped the list.
Oh my god. What's number 2?
Forest Trap.
Oh well, that not very steep competition. Oh, okay.
They got that down at 24%. Alien is 97%.
Jesus. They have the Amityville Horror at 24%? That's crazy. The original cut of this movie was 3.5 hours. Holy shit. That's a long movie. There's only one alien in this movie, which always tripped me out when I, as an adult, and then the next one is called Aliens, sequel, multiple aliens in the movie. It's clever.
Is she pregnant in this one? The alien? Or is that the second?
The alien? Do you see the alien, lay eggs in this one?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think this one is more of one alien being on board this ship and it's hiding and shit and killing people. I know that dude, at one point, the dude gets the face hugger because that's how the alien bursts out of him, but I can't remember if you see the queen in this movie. That's one of the coolest haunted houses at Halloween Horror Nights. That's why I wore my shirt, was Alien versus Predator, because the last scene in the haunted house is a 15-foot alien queen puppet thing that moves around you. The line is very, it's already getting packed with people, so
it's around the corner.
It's a little intense.
You're coming out to see aliens.
Yeah, exactly.
The movie takes place in 2122. I was going to say, if it takes place in 2022, we did not successfully get to where Ridley Scott had originally envisioned, but we got another 100 years, so maybe. We will be back. Okay. So I gotta just throw something out here because we just had a conversation with somebody, and Sig Haig is very much alive.
I thought he died. I was agreeing with him.
No, he is alive.
The tall guy died.
Tiny died.
Tiny's dead.
Sig Haig is not dead.
Why didn't you correct him?
Because I didn't know who the guy was. Like, and he was so adamant that Sig Haig was dead. It was kind of like, just let him believe he's dead, I guess.
Yeah, I thought he was dead too. I heard.
But he took a flyer, so if he's listening to this show, he'll know that he's alive.
I would have bet money that he was dead. Oh well. Well, good. I'm glad he's alive.
He just filmed that movie. Like, that guy was telling like he was dead like for 10 years or something. Like, Sig Haig just filmed a movie.
I thought he died like a couple years ago. Fake news.
Yeah, definitely. But people are starting to pile in early for Alien. It looks like it's going to be a pretty big crowd. What's going on, guys? Good. A couple minutes before the movie, we're going to do some trivia, give away a copy of the Blu-ray. Yeah, take a flyer. We host all these. You guys excited to check it out on the big screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out. Like, I was like, oh, cool, they have it all. Let's go check it out. This actually would be actual first time seeing it. Actually, well, this is the original one. Yeah, the original. Like, we weren't even born then. Yeah, that's very. We weren't even. I was. Like, see, at least you were born. We weren't even in existence. Cool.
Well, cool, guys.
Well, he was right. Sig Haig is from Fresno.
He's probably still residing in it because he's still very much alive.
Spoiler alert, he's in 3 from Hell.
He is reprising his role as Captain Spaulding in 3 from Hell. Yep, absolutely.
He's not dead.
But the crowd is getting bigger. Rick's anticipation is not growing to watch this film. How's everybody doing tonight? Are we excited for Alien? My name is Jimmy. I am here with my co-host Rick from the Horrific Network. We are the proud purveyors of the late night horror series that we do. At least one movie a month. This summer though it's picking up. We got a lot of cool stuff on the way. We'll get to that in a minute. But right now, before we start Alien, I have a trivia contest for you guys, and the winner will get a Blu-ray of Alien. And if you already have it, you can put it as a white elephant or do whatever you want to do with it. But does anyone want to play some trivia questions based on the original Alien film to try to win you a Alien Blu-ray? If you want to play, come on down so we can see who raises their hands first. Everyone's saying no, they don't want to come on down? Okay.
You can do the hand.
So we'll just do hands then. Oh, this guy's going to come on down? Come on down, yeah. All right. Like one jumps in, and another. I know there's more than 2 of you that wanted to play for it.
I'm not very confident, but I'll do it.
So we have. What's your name, sir?
Neil.
Neil and Larry. Playing for a Blu-ray. Again, if you're just walking in, we're playing for a Blu-ray copy of Alien. Some trivia questions. First question. So the face hugger. It's like that weird fleshy tone. It was originally supposed to be colored a neon what?
Pink.
Not pink. You got a guess?
Green.
What?
Green.
Green, yes. 1 point for you. So the chest bursting scene, they did that on one take. how many cameras do you think they had rolling for that scene?
I think it's a trick question. I think it was one.
Was not a trick question. There was more than one.
4.
It was 4. You're up 2-0. He's being so nonchalant, like he thinks he's going to get them wrong, and he's getting them right.
He knows the answers. He's just acting like he doesn't.
In Ridley Scott, as they're doing this movie, all the guts and all the gore in this movie are actually real, because he wanted to freak out his cast and get their genuine reaction to real innards being used. What do you think the innards were?
Pig.
Not pig.
Sheep.
Sheep was one of them. There's one more.
Cow.
And cow. So there's a full point for you. So you got an opportunity to come back. There was a famous Star Wars actor that turned down the role of Dallas. Who do you think, out of the Star Wars franchise, obviously the original one, the original trilogy, turned down the role of Dallas as they were making Alien?
That's good drawing a blank for a thing. Was it Han Solo?
Correct. Oh. This man wins a Blu-ray. Congratulations. And also accepted the So in July, we are bringing you guys the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre on July 13th, I believe. And on the 24th, which will be a Wednesday, and it'll be earlier on 7 p.m., we're going to be doing Jaws here at the State Theater. So those are 2 cool ones. And then if you go online to Late Night Horror Group on Facebook, you can find us. That's where all the information is being updated whenever we get a new movie that we know for sure we're going to be able to bring to you guys. That's the first place that it's going to show up at. I know Carrie, the original Carrie, and the original Child's Play are on deck later on this fall. And then we cannot officially announce anything past that, but I can tell you guys that fall is going to be pretty exciting here at the Late Night Horror Series, and those announcements are going to be coming to you sooner than later. Is there any film, I always ask this when we do this, is there any film you guys would want to see brought here? It doesn't have to be like a retro, it can be current. We have brought in some current stuff in, like Amazon's Hole in the Ground, which is a really good movie if you haven't checked it out. So anything that you are knowing on the independent circuit or something like Alien that you guys would like to see played here at the State? The Shining, Blade Runner? The Thing. We actually did The Thing in April. And... Sorry? Silent Hill. Okay. All right, cool. Well, stay tuned. We got a lot of, like I said, cool stuff. Next month we got Jaws and Texas Chainsaw, and then we got Carrie, and then we got Child's Play. Anybody see the new Child's Play? What do you think? They don't, yeah. That's kind of a rigged reaction. But we thank you guys. Again, we are the Horrific Network. Awesome that you guys came out here at State Theater. We appreciate it. We're trying to build a community, a local community of horror fanatics just like we are. So we appreciate you guys coming out, and thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed the movie. So Rick, was it better than you remembered?
No, still stupid.
What is your score? 2.
They made no effort in making the interior of the ship look futuristic. All that crap inside there was 1979 vintage crap.
It's true. Who would be your MVP? The cat?
Sigourney.
Who would be your LVP?
Yeah, probably that other lady. Whatever her name is.
It's a solid call. We thank you for listening. We will be back in a couple weeks with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I'm sure will appease Rick more than what this did. Good night, everybody.